Prosecution and the defense have rested their cases in Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Now, over the course of more than 6 weeks, jurors have heard from 34 government witnesses. They've included federal agents, former assistants, and ex-girlfriends of the music mogul. The defense did not call any of its own witnesses and instead just cross-examined ones called by prosecutors. Closing arguments are set for Thursday. Combs has been charged with 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty. Chris Melcher joins us now. He's a celebrity lawyer and former sex crimes defense attorney. Chris, thank you for taking the time to chat with us today. What were the key arguments we heard from the prosecution over the last 6 weeks?
Well, we've heard of really some depraved conduct by Sean Diddy Combs and this mistreatment of women. But their prosecution theory is that he was involved in this criminal enterprise that exploited these women for his own benefit and the use of company resources to do it, and that's what's constituting this racketeering charge, that there were acts of kidnapping, bribery, and arson that were part of this enterprise that elevated it to the type of crime that we see cartels and gangs prosecuted for. They've also have probably shown to the satisfaction of the jury the transportation of people for purposes of prostitution and trafficking for purposes of prosecution by force or fraud. So those are some very serious charges, and the prosecution is thinking that they have established all this through 6 weeks of testimony.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I had a link in the description for the clip in the beginning in full ad from CBS as both sides, the prosecutors and Diddy's defense team, rested their cases yesterday, and they expected to move into the closing arguments as early as tomorrow. That's supposed to carry over until Monday, Tuesday next week, from what I'm hearing out of the courtroom for different reporters that's out there on Twitter right now. So we could be getting a decision in the next week or so. We'll see. But more information came out from the courtroom this morning that the feds have dropped different charges that they had with this case. Now, this is where it do get tricky at, and I don't want to put out nothing wrong, but they are saying the sex trafficking, the arson, and the kidnapping. Now, in the blogs, it's just saying the arson, the kidnapping, and the trafficking dropped, and people, I think, are taking it as they have dropped those charges all around, and I don't feel that that's the case. When I look into it, they have different levels and layers to these charges with the predicates and the stuff like that. They still going after those charges. They just took the attempted versions of them out. Prosecutors in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering case informed the judge they would no longer pursue theories that the hip-hop mogul was involved in attempted arson and attempted kidnapping, according to a letter submitted to the court. Those 2 alleged acts were included in the government's racketeering conspiracy charge, which is count 1 in the indictment against Combs. The racketeering conspiracy still alleges Combs was involved in transportation for purposes of prostitution, witness tampering, bribery, and drug-related offenses. The government is no longer planning to proceed on these theories of liability, so instructions are no longer necessary, prosecutors wrote in a letter to Judge Aaron Sabmaranian. Attorneys are meeting with Judge Sabmaranian Wednesday to discuss jury instructions. Combs is also facing sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution charges related to his former girlfriends Cassie Ventura and a woman who testified under the alias Jade. He has pleaded not guilty. Dropping the so-called predicate offenses from the racketeering conspiracy charge comes as closing arguments in the trial are set to begin on Thursday. Prosecutors rested their case Tuesday after calling 34 witnesses. Defense rested its case without calling any witnesses. Combs chose not to testify in his defense. And in the letter they wrote, the first paragraph says, the government respectfully writes regarding its requested edits at the court's proposed jury instructions. The government understands the court's desire for streamlined instructions. With that in mind, the government has suggested ways to streamline those instructions. Specifically, the government has removed instructions from the charge relating to attempted kidnapping under both California and New York, attempted arson under California law, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. The government is no longer planning to proceed on these theories of liability, so instructions are no longer necessary. The government has also attempted to simplify the language relating to count 1, a proposal as explained in the government comment bubbles that the government hopes not only serves the purposes of streamlining the instructions, but also will avoid any confusion as to operative agreement for count 1. Then they explain all the counts right there that they're still going for. And those are the documents from the court. I'm seeing that everybody saying they dropping the sex trafficking, the this, the that. They're dropping like the predicate stuff. It's a lot of crazy language that they be having going on in these cases, but this being on a federal level is being way different. Like I said before, Diddy, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And as y'all heard right there what the guy said in the beginning, what they have done is taken different crimes that they are alleging and accusing Diddy of throughout the years, whether it be a girlfriend as a Cassie, somebody he was dealing with, paying workers to come and have sex, do these type of things, the alleged arson, which we never saw any physical evidence of the alleged arson, or these other things. We had certain people come in and testify that worked for Diddy as well, own employees. Even Jane, she's dealing with Diddy to the day that he got arrested. They all came in and testified. Some of them testified for full immunity in this case as well, assistance, all of that matters. When I hear them say it's like drug cartels and the criminal organizations, that's what they're doing, y'all. That's how they painting it with, hey, Bad Boy Entertainment, we just doing whatever we want to do. We breaking laws. We moving like the mob around here with all the crimes we committed. We put it all in a package. They take this to a federal level. They put it in front of a jury, and the decision is in the jury hands. In my mind, my opinion is I don't agree with that, the way that they did it, but they make the laws. I don't. When you paying somebody, I don't look at that as like a cartel move where you're forcing somebody or you're murdering somebody or you're taking somebody's life. You can't mix those two in the sentence with me. Like, I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't the same. Yeah, they've admitted, and that's the thing why you want to try to keep your face and your name clean. Diddy has a bad attitude. Diddy has a bad temper. Diddy has a drug problem and stuff like that. He did put his hands on Cassie. He did lie to the world, which that hurts his credibility as well inside the courtroom, no doubt about it. But the thing is, when they start comparing it to the drug organizations, this is just like, hey, I'm giving these people a choice. Am I making people maybe feel, I don't know, that they don't have a choice? But if you're taking the money to do it, it can be that. But then they'll come in there and say, well, hey, it's just like if you have somebody with a drug organization who don't want to sell drugs no more. And, hey, nigga, you can't stop, nigga. You're going to keep taking this money and you're going to do what I want you to do. That's how they trying to paint it. But we'll have to see, man. Came out today. It was all over the blogs. Charges dropped. They dropped the attempted versions of it, not the actual charge. So we'll just have to wait and see what happened, man. Innocent till proven guilty. It's just one of them situations, man. Diddy, he put himself here because he did the acts with the sex stuff. And I just tell people this, man, do your best to stay out the way. This would be the eye-opener for a lot of people. You see what's happening with a lot of dudes right now. You got Diddy going through it. Fat Joe just got hit with a lawsuit. We see Jay-Z get hit with a lawsuit that he did get dropped. We saw Tyler Perry just get hit with a lawsuit. We just see Smokey Robinson get hit with a lawsuit. Shannon Sharp, multiple people throughout these years. Bill Cosby, a lot of, man, it's just R. Kelly going through his situation right now. Man, it's been a long list of stuff, dog. So tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.